Hello. Hello, everyone. And thank you so much for joining me today. A very special day that we're all celebrating. But first, I welcome you to the Advancement Center, where we are forever celebrating the new world of magic and miracles. And just for starters, you are a miracle, living in a recognizable form and expressing life, living as you, with a name which was given to you, features also inherited, and five senses through which you understand your position in the world that received you. But you are much more, and we know that. And that's why we're here. There was a moment of miracle when you took your first breath down here on earth. And that was when you were placed into the arms of your birth mother. A new beginning, and yet trailing a memory of distant realms. Today, we celebrate everything, but especially mothers who have nurtured and cared for our development here on earth, to the point where we have gathered here now, or whenever you tune in the future, and awaken to the further investigation of where we really come from, our true origin. I remember my mother singing a little ditty to me, and it went like, "Where do you come from, baby dear? Out from the everywhere into here." I hear her singing that. Yeah. Upon reflection, she was on to something that was never claimed, but I now know that she must have known, because life was not easy for her. When you're surrounded by people who don't know who you really are. And so that's why it's so exciting to have people surrounding us who recognize and love us for exactly what we are, what we bring, what we share, and how wonderful that is. And we call that our true family. So I honor my mom and say happy birthday. No, not happy Mother's Day to every mother out there. For that matter, to everyone who's ever mothered another. 2 legs or 4 legs. Mothering is priceless and precious. Yeah. And our mothers are our first experience of love here on earth. I mentioned your 5 senses before, but then there is an awakening to your 6th sense and a recognition that is more, that there is much more. And you wonder, And all of a sudden, that wondering leads you, what is my real home? Where do I come from? My origin or original. There are people you meet that you just feel immediately connected to. I remember loving the Wordsworth poem that begins, "Birth is but a forgetting." I was about in the 3rd or 4th grade, and that spoke to me. Never forgot it. But truth stays with you. You can't erase it, no matter how hard they try on television and your iPhone. You know what you know, and we're here to reinforce that knowledge. And we're also helping you to remember. 6 broadcasts a week. Simeon said yesterday in his broadcast that took us further into the world of our Creator when he said, and I have it right here, and he always opens with these words. And upon reflection, I realized I met Robert in 2009, and there I was introduced to Simeon, his twin brother. And I heard these words 11 and a half years ago. Hello, everyone. This is Simeon coming to you from the outer reaches of the universe, bringing you energies to support your day and to take you further into the world of your Creator. As you walk through the outer reaches, you feel a calming breeze, and that lifts all trace of your presence in the physical world and replaces it with an air of security, an air of sincerity, and an air of nobility. That feeling rises up within you and allows you to access one of the very few things you can imagine to be available, and that is complete control of your physical world from the vantage point in the outer reaches of the universe, where you have access to control functions that would normally not be available in your physical world. He acknowledges our present location and then takes us to where we are free to fly, to know, and to feel an upliftment that's amazing. And it's always my joy to share that with you. And now it comes the time where, for those of you coming here for the first time, I am always thrilled when I hear these wonderful messages. And then there's that time when I can listen to my own inner messages. And that's when I put it all down in a journal. And because you're here and because you are so welcomed, I share them with you now. So I usually write the night before my broadcast, as you can tell. When I write, Dear Simeon, this morning's broadcast is still echoing throughout the day. And now, after a very full day, I am turning my attention to my broadcast tomorrow, which is Mother's Day and will be celebrated when my son David and daughter Debbie come to celebrate with me. I always welcome your words in preparation to the broadcast, and I thank you beforehand. To which he responded, Dearest Barbara, who best knows both sides of motherhood, being a daughter, a mother, and the mother of a daughter who has 2 children, and the mother of 2 sons whose wives have delivered 6 beautiful grandchildren for you. Motherhood has provided you with tasks that call upon your natural aspects of taking care, providing warmth and safety, along. Then there's always the case of my handwriting, while feeling protected and loved. So, in other words, we all know that. And that's all that we ever want. Remember? You have transposed your mothering traits to an unusual and universal stage by including everyone who tunes in without regard to time or location in the world. Your love is your signature, and everyone can tap into the unusual feeling of caring and promise of a perfect life, perfect health, and a perfect future. Your love is felt, and it will be felt again tomorrow when you speak and embrace all and everyone. We love and support you. Love, Simeon. And then this morning, I couldn't resist. So I wrote to him again. And I said, Dear Simeon, I love your words and want to convey that feeling to everyone tuned in, listening always for more. All right, and this is what he said. Dearest Barbara, happy Mother's Day. Today's date numerically adds up to 1. A new beginning, a fresh start, and a freshness with no reference to a past is always existing and leaving all memory banks filled with comparison in the dust to be swept away and revealing a bright future just ahead. It's a holiday. Enjoy every moment and give my regards to all our friends everywhere. Love, Simeon. Please forgive my halting delivery of my very own handwriting. And that's ridiculous. So Yeah, Happy Mother's Day is all inclusive. It's one huge embrace. Yeah, that's what we are. That's what we all want. And that's why I'm so thrilled whenever we can deliver that love and caring from here at the Advancement Center. Now, this past Tuesday, Genya was celebrating Mother's Day with her mother, a 9-hour drive away from Santa Barbara. And her broadcast was beautiful and filled with her joy and reflections. This remote broadcast was a perfect example of possibility of remote broadcasts from anywhere here on Earth, because we are limitless. Friday was stellar. Yeah. David placed us all in an allegory that we are all living, called the magic of life. This is an irresistible story that David is narrating for everyone on YouTube. The story by Robert Young is mesmerizing, freeing, and delighting everyone. Now, David combined this with his own wonderful book called Changes. But getting back to David's narration, his voice is filled with love, and that comes through. And it inspires and activates everyone's vivid imagination of the magic of life. So I recommend that you tune in and listen. And as a therapist in a hospital many, many years ago, I feel every person everywhere would have their spirit lifted and their life enriched if they were all listening to David narrating the magic of life. Of course, I can't stop planning something in my head, like who do I still know in the hospital where I worked, rather than listen and watch endless television. People who are limited in their mobility and perhaps no family must have an opportunity to tune in so their life can enjoy the magic. So next time I see you, I'll let you know what has transpired and what I was able to make happen. But that is just brilliant. So now, to show the brilliance, forgive me, Here it is. Ah. In fact, David's writing inspires me all the time. So here is something that I heard just Friday, and I would like to share it with you now. It's called melody. Well, immediately, melody is music. My life is music. So it's a natural. I hope you enjoy it. Melody. We are made up of it all. We have a relationship with every element, every atom, and every piece of matter that has ever been created. Infused within us are the particles of creation. Those base elements, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and everything else that we have defined on the periodic table. And they are all imbued with the spark of life, the breath of life, and the magic of life. It truly is a symphony being played, each one of us a unique blend of all creation, each one a walking vibration and sound. And your music plays with or without your consent, heard by all except yourself. Until that incredible day when you hear your own music, your own beautiful melody, as the particles and elements blend and dance within you. You are a symphony of magnificence. And as my words play my melody, may you hear yours and feel the music build to its crescendo, then resolve itself in a quiet moment until once again the melody begins. This time with different harmonics and different harmonies. This time a voice sings so that the melody is taken in a new direction. Who we are is beyond all description. So we must feel it through the music that we are always playing. The rhythm of our movement, the rhythm of our laughter, and the vibration that is delivered from our smile. We are going home. Home to that place where we will reunite with all of ourselves, with the one who has known all along, and with the one who forgot it all. And we shall lay in the firmament next to the Milky Way galaxy and see our reflection in the light of the stars. We surrender the one life to have the many, only to have the one. We are going home. And there will be tears of joy, for upon our arrival, there will be a great sound of honor, respect, and welcome from the Creator and the throngs of beings that they are surrounded by. And as we listen, we hear that all-encompassing voice once again utter these words of gratitude that are the root notes of all melodies. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Well done. Thank you, David. Once again, if you would like a copy of this amazing writing, let me know. I have David's permission to send it to you. The reason is when you read it yourself and you hear it inside, it takes on a greater meaning. So thank you again, David. Now it's come to that time where I get to show off what happened Thursday night in art class. So before I show it to you, I was positive I would not be able to do this. It was just too complicated. But with the magic of Mandar, our teacher, I just kept going. And here it is. Wait a minute, this way. So if you can make out the gazebo with reflections all over the place, and what finally did it for me with a fish. So that's it. Thank you for indulging me. Thank you for letting me share my progress. But most of all, thank you for being, and thank you for being here today. And with all my heart, along with Happy Mother's Day, I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and an amazing future. Thank you.